Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
There was darkness.
I actually think one of the most romantic films of all time is a Chinese film. It's In the Mood for Love. I hope I go on to do other things that the Chinese fans will enjoy as well.
I'm not betraying him.
I'll kill you.
When do we start?
凭借《雷神》中狡黠智慧的邪神洛基，英国演员汤姆·希德勒斯顿迅速走红全球。中国影迷喜欢叫他抖森。他拥有剑桥等名校的高学历，气质古典，个性诙谐幽默。在《战马》《午夜巴黎》等影片中，斯皮尔伯格、伍迪·艾伦这样的大牌名导也都向他抛出了合作的橄榄枝。近日，《雷神2》确定将引进内地，人气爆棚的抖森也来到北京，接受了时光网专访。在这部新片中，抖森继续出演内心阴郁、聪明狡诈的邪神洛基，他将带着复仇的怒火，面对更加强大的敌人。
I'll find a way to save us all.
I think what's fun about Loki is that he's the god of mischief, and if you look up mischief in the English dictionary, it says it's the inclination to be playful, to tease, to charm. So I think he's like the thing that actually is it's part of his nature to be to want to have fun. You know, he likes to create chaos where there is order. And I think there is always something quite likable about that.
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.
If I were Loki's therapist, I would say, first of all, we need to put a down payment on at least 30 sessions, because it's going to take a while. And I would do a lot of listening, and I would say, how does that make you feel? And I would try to encourage him to forgive his family, is what I would be, leading him towards forgiveness, and say, you know, your brother is not so bad, your father actually kept you alive, your mother cares about you very much. To see if he could sort of spin his perspective, because the way he sees the world is he thinks the universe it hates him. He thinks he has no place in the universe. Actually, he does, and there are lots of people who would like him to be part of things. But so you know, just be like lots of cups of tea, a lot of love, a lot of listening, and a lot of time on that couch. I probably would be in business for the rest of my life. You know. He'd be coming back every day saying, I got this other thing to tell you. There was this time when Odin said this. And we're like, please sit down, you know. May I refer you to Dr. Freud? All those things.
Why? You were knee-deep in Jotun blood. Why would you take me?
You were an innocent child.
No. You took me for a purpose. What was it? Tell me!
He and I are almost like brothers at this point. We spent the last 5 years together, side by side, and we can't take each other seriously. Like when I'm with him on set, I feel like a child again, and we play stupid games and make each other laugh, and it's just a really nice relationship. It's a really good working relationship. I remember when we were shooting in Iceland a year ago in October 2012, and we were on top of a volcano, and it was -5. It was very, very, very cold, and we ended up, to keep ourselves warm, we ended up playing the silliest game. We just take the mickey out of each other most of the time.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. What makes you think you can trust me?
I don't. That hope no longer exists to protect you. You betray me, and I will kill you.
I'd love to see him play Loki actually, and he'd have to give me some training in the gym. I don't think I have his arms, to be honest. But you know, I think it would be fun one day to see how that would be. The interesting thing about Shakespeare is for myself and Kenneth Branagh, it's a shared frame of reference, and I suppose we've both grown up with those stories. So when we were talking about Loki in our first conversations, here we had a character. Loki is an illegitimate son who's ambitious and manipulative and broken-hearted. And Shakespeare is so full of these characters. So Edmund in King Lear is the illegitimate son. Macbeth is very ambitious. Iago in Othello is very manipulative. And Kenneth Branagh said he wanted Loki to have a lean and hungry look, which is how the treacherous Cassius is described in Julius Caesar. So there was all of this Shakespeare stuff that we were kind of pouring into the well, as it were, or the cocktail of Loki as we were making him. Yeah. I'd love to do a romantic comedy. I think one day that would be something to be really, really fun. I mean, some of my favourites are When Harry Met Sally and Woody Allen film Annie Hall and what else is a great? Four Weddings and a Funeral, Pretty Woman. I actually think one of the most romantic films of all time is a Chinese film. It's In the Mood for Love. It's not so much a comedy, but it's very romantic. So I'd love to do that. And what's my idea of perfect love? Oh goodness. For me, love is about acceptance, and I think there's a sonnet which describes it perfectly. Love alters not when it alteration finds. But to me, that sums up love. It's constant and doesn't change with the wind. When you apply to RADA in London, you have to do a Shakespeare monologue and a contemporary piece of drama. And I did something from Troilus and Cressida, and my contemporary piece was from Trainspotting. And then you have to sing a song a cappella, and I sang The Bare Necessities. It's one of my favorite songs. And it goes something like, look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, or Mother Nature's recipes will bring the bare necessities of life. I'm just grateful to have an audience, and you know, I love this character. He's such an interesting, fascinating character. Because he's so elegant and so charming, and yet he's so broken. You know, his psychology is so broken. His emotional core is so broken, and so I'm very proud that he's so popular in China. And I hope that I'm only 32 years old. So I hope this isn't the last that you'll see of me as an actor. I hope I'd go on to do other things that Chinese fans will enjoy as well.
That was from New York.
I like her.